Okay, I've done a couple of videos of recycling these tanks. This one here, I used it previously to make floorboards for my golf cart buggy, UTV buggy, whatever there that I built. So I cut a side out of it and used it for a floorboard. It's pretty good steel. Look at this huge chunk of ice that was inside of the tank. Huge. So what am I gonna do with this thing this time? I made a trailer. I made a trailer out of one of these previously on a previous episode, and I made floorboards for the buggy. I think I've made several things out of these tanks. This time it's going to be a snow plow. It's going to be a 5-foot snow plow, 5 feet wide for a small Jeep or for a big side-by-side. So yeah, this is going on a little 4x4 Suzuki, and I'm gonna take one of these curved ends here. I'm probably just gonna finish cutting it right down that line, and take one of these curved sides, and that's gonna be the plow. Alright, so I've gone ahead and measured this previous line that I've already used this tank once before, so I'm just going to go ahead and measure from here to the mount. I got 2 inches between my cut and the mount weld. So the weld is right around the 2-inch line, and over on the other side it's right around the 2-inch line also. So I'm just going to keep it right there and keep it the way it is. And I'm just going to cut it off, just continue on with that line and cut it right off, and I'll flip it over and I'll do the exact same thing. Alright, I drew some dots there, 2 inches from the weld of the other end. Sorry if it's windy. So now I'm going to take a long straight edge and measure back as far as I can, parallel with the line, and line up with my mark here as far back as possible. I can't really do it while I'm holding the camera, but then I'll draw my line, and then I'll know exactly where to cut. Well, I made the line on the opposite side there, at 2 inches from the legs, same as here, and then I drew a long straight line across using a straight edge, used angle iron. The 2-foot square wasn't quite big enough. There's still a huge chunk of ice here, so it's pretty damn cold out today, and I've got most of it cut. I drew the line on the other side, marked it with a straight line, or yeah, made 2 marks, made a straight line across the marks, and then I'm connecting it on from this line to that line. I'm connecting them with a straight line and just cutting a straight line across. So this thing is almost ready to come apart. I just need to finish this corner here, and there's a tiny little bit holding it on this corner here. And she's pretty much ready to come off. Well, there she is. Really getting some some good use out of these. I think I don't know, I think I've cut up 2 or 3 of these in the last couple projects, and yeah. So here's my snow plow. Obviously I'm gonna have to do some work to it, but yeah, I've always wanted to do one of these. I've got like tons of ideas, I just don't have time to do all of my ideas. Sorry if it's windy out. Yeah, she's super cold and windy today. That huge chunk of ice still has not melted yet. What do you think of my snowplow? I'm gonna build some mounts and whatnot. Maybe a scraper blade. Yeah, I probably need a scraper blade of some sort. Friggin' welding cam. I didn't even prep the metal. Oh my goodness, that doesn't look too bad. Make the welder's cam again. Oh, I can't see very good on this one. Alright, my new friggin' camera froze up on me for the second time, but it's cold out here, maybe that's why. I welded a bed angle iron from an old iron bed on top. Both sides are the same, but this will probably be the top. Got to trim these rivets off of here next and get rid of that bracket. And I'll have to trim this side off as well. Probably do some more welds, weld it up a little better. Right now it's sort of just tacked on there, and I'll probably continue on this tomorrow, or I'm probably done with this for today. And next it'll be a scraper blade going along the bottom. I was gonna do something like this on both sides, but I don't think this would work on the bottom, so I'll have to do a scraper blade on the bottom, and then in behind I'll connect those two, or I'll put some supports or gussets in behind here as well, and then mounts. Alright, I tack welded the angle iron on the bottom side, or the opposite side. So I've got that on, and now I was looking for some type of a scraper blade to go on the bottom side. So this is going to be the bottom side up here, I guess. So I was looking for some type of a scraper blade, and I found some. One of them is really thick, and it's a good length, but it's still flimsy because it's only a flat bar. And the other one is a little bit short, but it's got a nice tapered scraper. So I just decided to make one. I didn't want it to be too heavy, and those are still flimsy because they're only like a flat bar, like a two-dimensional sort of. This is a T-bar, so it's more of like a three-dimensional. So it's a little bit more rigid, and it's actually lighter. I think it's lighter weight than that. So yeah, made my own scraper blade. This is going to be the bottom, I guess. So same as I did on the other side, I'm just going to measure here where I want it to match the opposite side, and cut it off with the angle grinder. Mark it with the marker and square, and cut her off.